You're my boy, Blue. Walmart. Should be able to spin this around. Yeah, there's some extra stuff. All right, I think we're live. We're gonna turn this around to me, I believe here. There we go. What's up? What's up, everybody? Just going to go live here and wanted to see what was up. Sunday could be fun, right? Sunday could be fun. In a dream. Glamour. Whoa. There's a lot of craziness. We're just going to leave it on that. Get out of here. Thank you. So what's up, guys? This is a live. We are live. I showed you a Walmart. That's awesome. Tell me if this looks okay. I don't know. Got a pen and pad here. I don't know what this looks like. Looks like one person's on. That's fantastic. Trying to adjust this. What's up? What's up? Can I see the chat? Does it look good? Let's see. One person can tell me if it looks all right. All messages are visible. One person, can you tell me if this looks all right? No? Yeah? I'm sure it looks fine, right? Ryan, Resells Infinity. We are talking about reselling. How do I make this fun and interesting? I don't know. Can't even get my camera straight. It's live, bro. Hopefully the stream's not coming through crazy glitchy like the last one. No one is going to talk about anything. I've got a couple things written down we can go over. That'd be kind of cool, yeah. Yeah. So, one person who's on this live, you're never going to reveal yourself. Just going to watch me. Couple of things. Let's see. Stores that have been good for me lately. I'd like to know what stores have been good for you. There's only one person watching. Stores have been decent for me lately are Meijer, right? Meijer and Staples. Walmart, a few things here and there. You can't really talk about the things from Walmart. If you do, especially if they're not like clearance items, right? So if they're not like found in the clearance aisle and they're not your standard clearance stuff, you can't really talk about them because everyone will find them and get them. And then what do, right? So, yeah. So you can't really talk about what you're getting from Walmart here and there. I mean, the standard clearance stuff, but this is going into like they're changing over stuff, doing the mods or whatever. But stuff I've been getting from Staples are printers. There's a lot of flash drives, cases, book bags. Book bags are a big deal, right? What else? One person watching, can you give me a thumbs up? That would be great. Let's see, book bags. What else has been good? From Meijer, obviously, if you've been watching the videos, Nerf guns, right? Thanks. Thank you. You don't have to comment. That's great. I'm glad you gave me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. So Nerf guns, if you've been watching the videos, a lot of these Walmarts and Ollies have been busts, but I have been finding a few things here and there. And like I said, I can't really talk about them. Number one, they're not very memorable. Number two is if you talk about them, like I said, they're going to go and everyone's going to have them, which I'm sure everyone already has them, or a lot of things anyway, like the clearance items. I mean, these are one-offs for the most part that you find, and you just happen to find them store to store, much like a Goodwill or something like that. Or stores like Meijer where they don't necessarily have the same markdown dates. Like they're just all crazy. They don't mark down the stuff the same way. You go to two different Meijers in a couple different cities, and they're completely different. Like the items could be completely different. And I know that goes the same way with Walmart stuff, but it's not the same. Um, it's not the same. It just is different. Their clearance is just different. The way they do it is different. So you have to learn that stuff from the stores. Same thing with same thing with like Kroger and places like that. Their clearance is different. Every place has got different clearance. So when people talk about how do you know when the clearance is, you don't know when the clearance is. Going to these stores, you start to learn and realize and know um, how some of this stuff works, um, and that's about it. But uh, you don't you don't uh, you don't just know. It's not like they give you a list. Well, some stores do. Some stores give you a list of clearance, but you have to know the people, right? Getting good with the managers, things like that. General managers, store managers. Um, yeah, that's important. I appreciate the thumbs up. Hopefully you come back on. I don't know how to do this so people know that I'm going to go live. I don't know if that's how that works. So hopefully that is how that works. I try to set it up so that it was ahead of time, and hopefully that's good. I guess I could have put it in the post of, what is it? The community posts, but nobody pays attention to that shit either. My hands are not in this. It's weird. So yeah, but nobody watches that shit either. So that's awesome. Yeah. Just here talking to myself. I did get a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Let's see. What else I got here? Ungating, right? Well, somebody's watching again. Ungating in the reseller game. A lot of people don't know how to get ungated. You ask a lot of questions. There's a ton of stuff on YouTube about getting ungated. And you can watch them. I'm not really going to tell you how. I mean, I'll tell you if you already know. I'll tell you that that's how you do it. But as far as telling you, I'm not going to tell you. So, what else about ungating? Ungating isn't all it's cracked up to be. I appreciate that person leaving. I shouldn't just tell every single time one person is on. I should act like I'm important, right? Like this is important stuff. Like I'm an important person and there's just hundreds of people watching me. Right? So I will tell you this, ungating isn't all it's cracked up to be. And everyone wants to get ungated in things that they don't even care about selling, or they don't even have access to. Does that make sense? So they don't have access to these things that they're trying to sell, but they're going to get ungated in things because they think, oh, well, these are important brands and they're expensive and everybody's going to like them and blah, 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 blah. But that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is finding items that you can sell. Sell the shit you can sell. Don't worry about the stuff you can't sell. Not now. I mean, not when you first start. Why would you worry about the things you can't sell when you first start? I said this at the beginning of talking about YouTube, is why try to buy stuff that you can't sell. Or look for brands that you can't sell. Just find things that you can sell. People talk about, oh, well, everything I look at that's profitable, I'm gated in. That's not true. There's a lot of things. I mean, it's definitely a pain in the ass. It's definitely a pain in the ass, but it's not like everything. It's not like everything. Or no one would start. How would you start? I mean, you just wouldn't be able to do anything. And you don't want to come out of pocket a bunch of money. I mean, most of these things cost $100 to get ungated, right? You're looking for things that are $10 or less normally, so you can get ungated in big brands. And there's a way to multi-do it. Um, it's been a while since I've ungated in anything really that hasn't been auto ungated, and so yeah, that would be difficult. Uh, difficult to difficult to navigate sometimes, I guess. The main thing, again, in reselling is if you are determined to resell. If you're not determined to resell, I'm just messing with this camera and this lighting. If you're not determined to resell, then you're going to suck at it and you're going to fail. So there's a kind of person that it takes to do it. And some people just aren't those people. They have to be self-starters, self-motivators. There's a lot of things you have to do that most people can't do, right? You're used to doing your regular job when somebody tells you what to do all day. And it's not the same thing to be a reseller. Now, obviously, full-time reselling, is a different thing. You can always do it on the side. Um, you can definitely do it on the side. I like doing this, right? It's pretty awesome. It's a great time. Fantastic. I have a great time. There's a lot of things you don't like. A lot of things, placement fees. This is the thing that I was talking about that I'm going to come out with here. Asking about placement fees. Amazon started doing placement fees, and that sucks. It sucks because you don't know it. It's something new that Amazon's doing, and you don't know what it is. You're not 100% anyway that you know what it is, right? Like everybody is new to it, and so being new to it, hey person in the chat, one person, thumbs up, please. That'd be awesome. Even if you don't want to say anything, or you can comment. That'd be great too. Ask a question. But the placement fees for Amazon are new, and everybody's kind of getting acclimated to them. They've been talking about them for a while. Nowhere that I've seen, even in the forums, are 100% sure about why and where and how and what metrics, because they don't tell you magically. They don't tell you why or how you get the optimized Amazon optimized. You can click on it, and have that set up in your settings, but it's not going to change. Now, I've only done a couple shipments, 2 shipments since, 2 shipments since this has come out. And, no, I think maybe 3. But all of them I've paid extra for. I don't want to pay extra for them. I just am now. And so, yeah. Anyway, what are we talking about? Ungating? Stores. What stores have I been going to? I already talked about that. What stores have you been going to? I'd like to know what stores you guys have been going to. What stores are, working out for you guys clearance wise? Is it good? Um, at Petco, Staples. Most people probably don't go to Staples, but they do go to, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Marshalls, Ross, Home Depot. A lot of people go to Home Depot. What I haven't seen is any of the girl resellers, the YouTubers, the girl, store watchers, whatever, shoppers, clearance shoppers, go to Home Depot or Lowe's. I haven't seen them go to Home Depot or Lowe's, but yeah, that'll be interesting, I think. But Home Depot and Lowe's have clearance as well, so you can always go there, just swing in real quick and take a look at the clearance racks. When they go on clearance, what was it, last year or the summer before? I do believe that it was. I believe that it was. It was ghost controls. So they had a shit ton of ghost controls. remotes, all kinds of brackets and hangers and stuff like that. If you don't know what Ghost Controls are, it's a brand that was in Lowe's. They actually do gates and gate security, keypads, things like that. And they have solar setups for them, and it's pretty awesome. Sensors and bars and doorbell pushers and all kinds of stuff. But they have whole setups for residential, commercial. But they were clearancing out everything, a ton of stuff, just clearancing out whole ends. And if I had, at the time, if I would have had $4 or $5 grand, I would have bought every single thing. But I had to be choosy because they had the arms that open gates, remote controls, basically garage clickers. Those are the controls I was talking about. But they had those, and so there was a ton of them on clearance, a ton on clearance, and I bought a ton of the things that I could afford. Obviously, the controls and stuff are hundreds and hundreds of dollars each, but those were they sold like nothing, right? Like nothing. Light sold like nothing. That was Lowe's, but that was a few years ago. I went into, and I only found it at the one store. I went into another store, they didn't have any. I tried to go back. I think a day or so later, when I scratched up some more cash, and they didn't have any, nothing more. I think I bought a few more things, but that I could find in the back of the shelf. Other than that, anyway, clearance, bro, clearance, clearance in stores. What stores? Everybody talks about what stores. You go to the stores that are close to you. Fuck a Dollar Tree or a Dollar General. I mean, these things don't have things. I mean, they do, I guess, but I haven't seen those things since before the demic, right? And so I don't know if anyone's still going to those. Are you going to a Dollar? One person in the chat. Are you going to the Dollar General? Are you going to the Dollar Tree? They're gone already. See. So no, I doubt it. Let's see. Ungating. Find out how to get ungated. There's a ton of YouTube videos about how to get ungated to become a reseller, right? So you can sell major brands like Nike and Hot Wheels and Fisher Price and Little Tykes and all this stuff, all these things. So you can make a list. Barbie shit, right? Everybody sells Barbie. If you look on any one of the listings for Barbie on Amazon, everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna get Barbie and blah blah blah. Barbie's got 100 people on each listing. It's junk. It's worth nothing. This is not your mom's or grandma's Barbie. So yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. I'll sell a few things here and there, Barbie, but there's other platforms you can sell these things on. They don't require you to be ungated. Now, certain things in Walmart, WFS, in Walmart, you have to be ungated in, right? But it doesn't. It's not like Amazon. Walmart talks a lot, and I'm not necessarily opposed to what they're saying. Walmart talks a lot about caring about the resellers, caring about the sellers, third-party sellers. And I think that as far as I know, they do. I mean, I'm selling for over 2 years, and I think that they do. Their customer service isn't any better than Amazon's is, but they do care about the third-party sellers, getting things figured out. And you just push them. You can't really push Amazon people. They just don't care. I mean, Amazon has made it so that there are no accountability. I would assume that Walmart has some accountability for some of these people. Amazon people have no accountability. They just kick it off. their customer service, they just kick it. But not like I've had bad, not too terribly bad. They just don't get it. They just don't get what you're saying. They don't understand what you're talking about because they're not a reseller and they have barely that small understanding of even what their job is. So because they keep everything so compartmentalized. So no one knows what anyone else is doing. You can't do this, and this person doesn't know this thing about this to talk to this team, to talk to that team. And that's how it is a lot of times. Um, Placement fees. So this is a root beer, by the way, not a beer. Um, there was a HP glitch on ink um, that happened that I saw. Um, and I'm not really sure how it happened. But it's kind of exciting. So there's a glitch that happened where uh, a ton of people started hopping on listings for HP Inc. And that is interesting. Um, I do want to know how anybody is able to sell ink, HP ink specifically, right? Now I know that there's a way to do it, and I've seen this way, and I've done this way, but not every, you can't sell on every single listing, which is weird to me. It's like they only want you to sell on the ones that don't do 6,000, drops 6,000 drops a month, 5,000 drops a month. These are the ones that they keep, close to the vest. And so it's a little bit agitating. Anyway, nobody's listening to me anyway. I'm 22 minutes on this live. I've had 8 people pop in. No comments, 1 thumbs up. Nobody cares about Ryan Resells. Oh, shit. What else? Those are only like 5 things I wrote down, 4 or 5 things I wrote down. We are not gonna pander. We're not gonna pander for these likes. What else can we talk about? We could talk about the Walmart parking lot. Currently in Walmart parking lot. Well, technically the Taco Bell parking lot, I guess. Technically. What can we do? What can we say? What can we talk about? The eBay sales are shit. eBay sales are shit. They are absolute garbage. I'm sure plenty of people out there on eBay are talking about how awesome their sales are. I don't know. They have to have thousands and thousands and thousands of listings, right? And I just don't see doing that on eBay to keep stuff um, with you, like to keep everything in like a storage unit or a shed or whatever, a garage. I guess you could if you were an eBay seller. I'm just not really into it. I like to sell new stuff anyway. But people love carrying on that stuff. And I don't know what they're going to do with all their stuff at the end. I always talk about that. Like, what do you do when you think stuff is going to sell and it doesn't sell? Like, I have a bad enough, it's a hard enough time when the thing's brand new. You know what I mean? Like when it's new, like when it's a new item. It's hard enough when it's brand new, let alone, uh, let alone when it's, you know, like something it's old. I mean, I guess if it's a collectible, that's one thing, but you know, you just have to know too much about every product and like to dive deep into these products and find out whether they are this or that. I don't know. I'm not into. Ryan Resells. Appreciate the one person sitting right here. Thumbs up, please. Nope. Piss off. They kicked right back out. I got 1 thumbs up. Pandering. Please, Tony Tim. was talking about stores, right? So stores, interesting places that you guys want me to go into to do videos on. Home Depot would be a cool one. We could do Lowe's. I can do Lowe's and Home Depot. That would be fun. Um, Nobody gives a shit, about the clearance. It's not going to be everywhere though. I mean, the good thing about Walmart and these stores, Meyer, big chains, is like other places you could go to. I think you could do the Lowe's though and the Home Depot because that's a big enough store. Like the Ross, Home Goods, TJ Maxx. Not everyone has those stores. They just aren't around everywhere. But same thing with Staples or things like that. They're just not everywhere. Um, but yeah, I think that doing Home Depot and Lowe's would be a nice shakeup. I don't want to get burnt out like Richie Hustles, right? Shout out to Richie Hustles. I don't want to get burn out, and get tired of going to a fucking Walmart, right? I don't want to go to a Walmart and get tired of going to a Walmart. Sorry, one person watching for cussing. I'm not really sorry, not at all, not even a little bit. Um, I don't want to get burnt out going to Walmart over and over and over and over again. Walmart. It's just because that's what people have. You know, I think we should do some more Target. I haven't been to a Target in a while. There's not any Targets around me really. Not close anyway. They are a ways away. Um, and the ones that are, ways away are like posh. So it's pretty uppity. And so they don't really have that much. Like they do, or they have before, but it's always like, you know, I don't know, moms and kids all day long. Like they're just in there. Like, what are these kids doing? They're just hanging out at Target all day. I don't know. Shopping, I guess. I mean, consumerism. Um, anyway, what else can we talk about? I'm going to stay on this live for almost another hour. I'm just going to talk. I'm going to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk until I get tired of hearing my own voice, I guess. And then we'll upload it, and then we will watch it again. I don't know. All right, so reselling. Do you want to make money reselling? Hopefully you're on this live because you want to make money reselling. And so do I. So tell me what you guys are getting. What are the things that you guys are getting? Replens. Tell me all your replens, please. Can I have all your replens? I need the UPC. You can give me the UPC. Tell me what brand it is, and where I can find it. If you've got a distributor or a wholesaler, if you can give me that, that'd be great. If you could just show me what you're getting, go ahead and ask me, you know, where you're getting these things from. If I can ask you, that would be great. We'll just spitball back and forth, build a little community of people talking about reselling. You can get on my BOLO list. I'm kidding. None of these things are real. I don't have a BOLO list at all. None of that stuff. But I am coming up on. I had two people there. Two people that were on listening to me for a second, and I couldn't handle it. So I do have. I think we're at like 250 or something now. I don't know. 250 subs, something like that. 248, something like that. So when we do get to 500 subs, I'll be able to do members, which will be nice because I've got stuff that I'd like to show you guys, like pictures of UPCs and stuff that I'd like to show you guys about real bolos that you can actually go out and pick up, that you could actually find. And yeah, but I can't do that. I can't do it secretly anyway. Most of that stuff you'll find in the truck talk. Well, I guess I call it reseller talk now. It's not a truck talk, even though I'm in my truck. Call it reseller talk because it's going to do better in the algorithm. Can't just do a truck talk. People think I'm like working on my truck or something. So the reseller talk is a better name for it. Um, yeah, it's a better name for it. So, what else? Should have got some food. Should have brought some food. A root beer. Uh, yeah, Lowe's. We could do Lowe's. Lowe's has got some good stuff. I can't tell if this camera. There's such a glare on this camera. I can't tell if it's like tweaking out. Um, seems like it's whitewashing me with this window here. Anyway, I don't really care that much. Lowe's, sourcing at Lowe's, fantastic. That would be awesome. I'll start doing a couple more like that. Lowe's, Home Depot. I'm gonna write this down actually, so I don't forget. You know what I mean? We're gonna do Home Depot and Lowe's videos, and a Lowe's video, and then we will, see how that goes. I haven't done. I obviously source those stores, but I haven't done a video in those stores ever. I don't think. Um, I can't remember when it was, but I was sourcing those really, really hard there for a while. There's a couple other ones, like the Hunter of the Clearance. I think that's the dude's name. That does it. Hunter of the Clearance, I believe, is his name. I don't know his real name, but he does Lowe's, I believe. I'm not really sure if he does Home Depot. There's a couple other people that do some of those stores, and yeah, so I like to start mixing it up. I hate that some of these resellers only show you Walmart. They only show you Walmart. Like Walmart is the only place that you can, find anything at. It's just not the case. And everything that you find, there's so many Walmarts everywhere. The price is just gonna tank. You think you're gonna have great buys, and you're like, oh, look at this. And even if you get them for dirt cheap, still gonna be tanked because the prices. No one holds their price anymore on Amazon. If you have not noticed, not don't know if you sell. If you guys actually sell on Amazon or eBay or Walmart or Poshmark or Mercari or whatever. I've been buying some stuff from Mercari actually. It's kind of interesting. A little bit of rake and profit flip, kind of little skew on rake and profit. He does a lot of buying eBay, selling on Amazon. I'm not. There's like terms of service that are against those things. I'm not really sure if you can do that. I don't know. I know that Walmart has their terms of service. You cannot do that back and forth, and I'm pretty sure Amazon probably does too. But it's none of my business. I don't really care. I mean, however you want to make your money. What's a platform to tell you where you can buy an item and then resell it? Same thing with these brands. Where do these people get this idea that you can say, no, you can't resell a thing that I sold you. You can't resell that thing. And if you do, I'm going to send you a legal letter, or you're going to get in trouble. Fuck off, right? How can you tell someone that the thing I sold you, you can't sell to anyone else, right? It's crazy. It's mine. I bought it, right? I bought it from you. Doesn't matter if I sold it for $5 more somewhere else. You talk about, oh, you can't guarantee these things, that it's not blah, 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 blah. Counterfeit's a counterfeit's a counterfeit. You can tell when shit's counterfeit. You can tell when shit's fake. I mean, mostly. And there's always going to be counterfeit shit. And even the shit that's, not sold by them. Everyone's buying something that's counterfeit. Somewhere, I would assume. There was a video. What is it? Richie Hustle. Back in the day, Richie Hustles had a video that had him getting these what were they? These Arctic Airs, I believe they were. Except there was like misprints and misspellings and shit. He thought he was going to get them from like Alibaba or wherever it was. Some distributor, some some Chinese distributor somewhere or whatever, and it was like they were misspelled, like the print was weird and it was all off, and he lost like $1,500 or some shit. But he talks about it in a video, and it's pretty crazy. That shit can happen. It can happen to everyone. It can happen to, especially when you're trying to, it's going to be easy money, especially when you're new. You don't really know. Don't really know. Should I just yell at people when they hop on and then be like, yeah, trap you? Hey, one person, hit the thumbs up. People keep hopping on, hopping off. 2 people, 3 people. Oh, 2 people, 3 people. We're talking reselling. Please comment. Tell me I suck. Right? Come on. YouTube loves negativity. We're talking reselling, third-party selling. We don't have to sell anything. You just find clearance items and resell them for a profit. Ryan Resells Infinity. You should check this out. It's a pretty cool hustle. You can make money. Decent money. Good money. You'd be amazed at the profit. This is not a gimmick. I'm not here to sell you anything. I don't really give a shit if you do it or don't. I do it. So you could do it too, or not do it. I don't give a shit about that either. But if you have any questions about it, if you are an actual reseller and you're on here magically, you should ask a question. I would be ecstatic when I was reselling to be able to get somebody to tell me how the fuck to do it. That would have been pretty cool. So I already talked about the HP glitch. We're going to do some Lowe's videos and some Home Depot videos, which would be pretty awesome. Any other stores that you guys can think of that would be awesome to do, that would be cool to do? Try to mix it up. I can't remember where I was when they have the Home Goods, Ross, Marshalls, and then like a TJ Maxx and stuff like down the way. They weren't all together, which is kind of weird. You usually see like TJ Maxx and Home Goods together, but they were not together. Separate stores. It's odd. We might do that again. It's interesting. I'm trying to mix up these stores. Don't want to get, to go into the same bullshit stores. You can watch a couple of these guys go into the same stores all the time, and magically I just keep finding clearance carts full of clearance that have been weeks and weeks and weeks ago. My stuff's relatively new. I'm not worried about other people finding the same stuff I am, only because the stuff that I'm finding isn't the same kind of stuff. I don't buy the same kind of stuff. No, I do get burned, of course. I mean, everybody does. I definitely get burned. I've talked about this before, getting burned on Bluey. Cocoa melon is probably the big. You get burned on cocoa melon. You can get burned on some cocoa melon. I think everybody did that year. There's fucking trains. Those little cocoa melon trains. Oh my goodness. Everybody had those. Like 300 people on the listing at one time. This one time, I think it was 20 when I bought them. When I bought, I don't know, 2 carts full or something silly. They were just too cheap to pass up. But yeah. So we talked about those kind of things. Let's see. Ungating. I already talked about ungating. You don't have to get ungated in most things, right? You do if you want to sell them. But most people don't sell. When you first start off, you don't sell what the fuck you think you're going to sell. You just don't. These things that you think you're going to sell, you just are not. And you think that, everyone's making a ton of money and it's not me and everything I scan, blah, blah, blah. It's not true. It's bullshit. Most of these people aren't making as much money as they say they are. Their profits aren't as high as they say they are. I honestly don't give a shit. If you want to hear what my profits are, I really don't care. Like I'll just tell you, because I want to make a certain profit. I do not want to do 20% or 10%. Now, if I make 20% or 10% and the price is tanked or the item's tanked, I am happy. But I'm not going into it thinking that. That's like the low end. That's like the downfall of that listing. I want to make, 100% every time. Every time it's a double up. If I'm putting in $10, I want to make $20. So, profit $20. That means I'm making 30. It means my $10 plus 20. right? So a double. 100%, I spend 10, I want to make 10 back. So that'd be 20, but I'm always looking to double up, and minimum 100%. 50% is iffy. It depends on what it is. If it's a light item, for sure. If it's quick seller, light item, start checking some of these boxes off. A light item, uh, fast seller, verifiable fast seller, not a fast seller like it's got a shit ton of reviews, but the rank is junk. You know what I mean? Or when you're looking at the Keepa chart, there's some weird. Number one is the Keepa chart is not current. It is not. I don't know what these people are talking about when they're talking about Keepa and like, oh, it's the metric, and they're like, oh, you got to get SellerAmp. Fuck off, right? SellerAmp just uses Keepa. It's just an easier, faster way of like scanning stuff. It's not anything better, and it's a fucking subscription. So, a lot of these people are pushing the thing that they're involved in. So I can't remember his name. There's a couple other guys that are involved in that, which is fine. I don't care that they're trying to make money, but they're pushing this SellerAmp like you have to have it to resell. You don't. You don't. These things you don't have to have. Inventory Lab and repricers and all that bullshit. You don't need that shit. You don't need it. You don't have to have it. I checked out a repricer once or twice. I'm not opposed to them. For some people, it's fine, but I'm too involved in my list in my stuff. I'm too repricing. Every fuck. You start becoming stupid about it. And it doesn't matter. It's 100, hundreds and hundreds of items. You just go through, scrolling on your phone instead of being on Facebook, TikTok or Facebook or YouTube. Hey, don't stop watching me. Don't stop watching me and my videos though. But instead of watching that shit, you just go through and reprice your stuff on Amazon. Same thing. I just do it religiously through Walmart. Do the same thing with eBay. When you're having your sabbatical and your peaceful time, your cup of coffee in the morning, you reprice your stuff instead of getting on some social media platform. Just reprice your stuff yourself. It's easier. Don't set minimums and maximums. That's a good way to lose money. It's a good way to let Amazon control your stuff. Walmart's trying to do the same thing. They've got minimums and maximums. eBay's got their promotions. They're all trying to make money. All trying to make money. So, one person who's on the live, can you give me a thumbs up? That would give me 2 thumbs up. That would be awesome. And ask a question if you have a question. That would be fantastic too. Anything. 2 people. Thumbs up. Hit the bell notification so you get notified when we go live, when we drop videos, when we have shorts. We drop videos every couple of days usually. At least a video, a short. Videos are every 3 days-ish. Got a lot of different things. A lot of different stores. A lot of different products. We don't always win. Not always strike out. I'm going to show you that content too, because you should get used to doing that, right? If you're doing this as a job, reselling, you should get used to doing it. To striking out, I mean, to not making any money, because not every time you're going to make money. You're not going to make money every time, and that's okay, right? It's not like a loss. You don't take it as a loss. You take it as like what you learn from what you're doing. So you should learn every time what to look at, what to waste your fucking time on, right? So what do you look at when you go into a store? What do you like? What do you care about? What do you know? Like, do you have kids? Do you not have kids? You got a baby? You have a dog? You got a cat? These things I say all the time. Go look at shit you know. If you buy pedigree, go look at the fucking pedigree. You know what I mean? Like, go look if you buy, if your job or whatever your current job is, if you don't have, if you don't have a job, I guess you don't have a job. But if you, work a specific field, or if you know this product, if you know video games or tech stuff, or, all these things matter. So if you have knowledge in that. Start there first. Absolutely, the sun is coming out, but which is nice. It's been crazy all day, weird back and forth. um Start there, right? So start there and go and do that. Look at the stuff that you know about first. Don't start fucking looking at like toy. You don't have any kids. You don't know what hot toys are, what the cool toys are. You don't know what kids are buying or what parents are buying for their kids because you don't have any fucking kids. Same thing with pet stuff. Why would you go over there and look at these, uh, what are those ones? Those Kong balls or Kong balls or whatever the hell they are. Those, indestructible chew toys and all that shit. You don't have any kids. Why would you look at that stuff? Or I mean, you don't have any kids. I mean, you don't have any pets. Why would you look at those things if you don't have any pets? You don't know anything about those. So look at what you know. If you're a mechanic or if you know things about vehicles, look at that stuff. Car stereo stuff, speakers, whatever. You've got a baby. Look at baby stuff. You know how expensive baby stuff is. If you got grandkids, same thing. So look at what you know. Look at craft stuff. If you're into crafts, you know how expensive those things are. So then you have a gauge of like what, just by looking at the item, what it is priced at immediately. Like how much does it cost? How much does that thing cost that you're looking at? And then you know whether to scan it or not, because you know already immediately that it's not worth scanning, right? If it's not worth scanning if you already know the price. And if that price you see is too high, you already know that price is too high immediately. That's my point. Take that shit to the bank, right? Anyway. Root beer. So, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to say that everyone should know the products that they're sourcing, right? And if they don't know them, if they don't know these products, they should get familiar with these products. You just walk through a store, but look in the clearance aisles is great, but it depends on what store you're going into. Clearance aisle you always hit every single time. Doesn't matter where you go, what store you go to. But you need to make sure that the things you are looking at, something about them. If you don't know anything about them, how are you going to resell it? You don't know what price it's supposed to be at. You can look them up. The Amazon seller app and the Walmart non-app. Fucking Walmart with their non-app. You can look it up on eBay, obviously, and that's cool too. But mostly those three. Mercari. You can look it up on Mercari, Poshmark. But every single time that you look up these items on multiple platforms is less time you have to scan these items. And the less time you have scanning items, the less items you're going to find, and then so on and so forth. So you're going to have less time to find items, right? More items. It's not like scanning books. I mean, it's not the same as scanning books, but it's like you have to scan a lot. You have to scan a lot and build and what I found when I first started is that, if I remember correctly, this is pretty much what I remember, is that the more things I scanned and requested to be engaged in, the more I started to be engaged in things, right? That seems weird, but I think that one of the metrics that Amazon uses, if you're a noob, is the items scanned, the amount of items scanned, the frequency of items scanned. And yeah, let me do this real quick. Yeah, I don't know. The farther I get, the closer I get, the closer you get, the further I fall. Picked a hell of a spot. It is 7:19, y'all. This is 50 minutes of me just talking. One thumbs up. Appreciate it. I appreciate that one thumbs up. You fucking miracle worker. I will tell you this. It ain't easy. Reselling isn't easy, right? And the the more you do it, the easier it gets. I enjoy it a lot. I really do. Started during the demic and couldn't be better. I think that, let me see if I can get this sun on my face here real quick. Baby, there we go a little bit. There we go. Started during it and let's see. No, sun still. Started during it and let's see. Let me scooch over here. No, yeah, better. And then yeah, started doing it then. I thought it was bullshit, right? I mean, I've never heard of this stuff. Who has ever heard of reselling items if you're not a reseller already? I never heard of that shit. That's craziness. It's bananas. I never knew that there were other people reselling the things that I was, the things that I was buying. Seems wild. Seems like it doesn't make any sense. But lo and behold, it was true. It was true. A couple people that I used to watch: Nikki Kirk, Richie Hustles, Reezy, of course, the OG of reselling, was doing it way back when. Way back when was doing it on YouTube. Yeah, craziness. So anyway, 1 hour. Nope, 52 minutes. 8 minutes left. It's 7:21. We've got another. I'm gonna give this another. I don't know. I keep putting time limits on it, like I care. What else can we talk about? We can talk about placement fees. I've already talked about it. I've talked about everything. And I talk about a million different things in my truck talks. And I think that you guys should watch those. There's a lot of knowledge in these videos that I'm giving you. And if you don't know what the knowledge is, I don't think you've been doing this long enough. And if you don't know what you don't know, then you should ask the things you don't know. One person, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, buddy. So, Ryan Resells Infinity. Check out the channel. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification for notifications so that you get notified when we go live, when we, drop a video, drop shorts. I don't know if it notifies you about any of those things, but at least you'll know when we go live. You'll know when a video is coming out. And yeah, you'll be able to follow along, find bolos, find these deals with us, and get excited about reselling. Get excited about reselling. Now, what I'm doing with this channel, I don't know if I've clearly defined it. I have said that I'm just showing you these things because it's fun. I also like the outlet of being able to say what I'm doing. You know why? Because no one cares that I'm doing this. Not a single person. Anyone who I talk to doesn't care about this stuff. They just don't get excited about it. And I get excited about it. You know why? When you go in to a store and you find that thing that's, going to make you $25 profit, That's what you should be. You're going to spend $5, say, and make 25. It's a fucking it's a home run. What do you? Some other analogy? It's amazing, right? Because number one, it's money. It's like hitting like pulling the lever, pushing the button, and winning the slot or something. So it's still too bright. Still a little too bright. It's like, winning a jackpot. It couldn't be more exciting. It's like gambling without gambling. It's not fantasy football, and it's not lottery tickets, but it's pretty close, man. It's like you don't know what you're gonna find. That's why I like RA. So you don't know what you're gonna find. Now there is a thing with OA that's sort of the same way, but not really. But you definitely get that jolt, that thrill when you go into a store and you find stuff. I went into a store one time and found a bunch of like a smoke machine and microphones and all this extra stuff, like this light setup and everything. And I couldn't believe that there was this much stuff there, and it was marked down so cheap and it sold so quickly. It was just crazy that it actually sold that fast, and made me, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on each item. And it's not always like that, but those are fun. Those are those fun times. Drip, drip. And so that's what keeps you coming back. It's like golf, right? You get one good shot, per 18, you're happy with it. You're like, oh, look at that one. Look at that one. That's the whole reason why I do it. Anyway, 56 minutes. 56 minutes. The HP glitch. There was an HP glitch. I don't know if anybody knows. One person hopped on. Appreciate you. And ungating stores, reselling. The fun thing about reselling, why do you guys like to resell? Why do you sell on eBay, Amazon, and Walmart? Do you sell on any other platforms? Do you know that you can, or marketplaces, do you know that you can resell on Target, Home Depot? There are so many stores that you can resell on. No one tells you these things. I don't think that anyone actually knows that you can do this. Nobody ever talks about it. There's no like thrill, that anyone's getting from these things. And so no one tells you about their Home Depot reselling, but they do it. People do it. Target, same way. JC Penney's, I don't know if you still have those. Kohl's you can resell on. There's a very strict, very strict business policy through those places. They're not the same as other stores. They're not the same as other marketplaces, I guess. But Walmart is decently strict. It's really easy once you get on to sell things. Um, just sending another pretty big shipment. Would love to start finding things at Ollie's again. I mean, Ollie's is a fun store. It's a fun store, right? You go to Ollie's, bargain outlet, and you feel like, okay, but people they just tank the shit out of those prices for no reason. They don't have to. They just do. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, it's just wild. I don't know why they do it. I don't know why they tank the price so quickly. And it's like every item. There's so many bundles, and they put so many bundles together, and they tank the price every time. And I don't know why. They're like worried they're not going to sell. They get worried, and then it's the fucking housing market or something, or the bank, the bank crisis all over again. Anyway, what else are we talking about? Anything? Nothing? Something? Let's see if we can move this back yonder. So yeah, what can we talk about that we haven't already discussed in this hour-long live already, where people hop on hop on 1 hour and 1 second. People hop on and hop off, and nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. They're just like, oh, this fucking idiot with his fat face on the camera. Anyway, what are we doing? I'm staring at this Walmart. Should we go into this Walmart? Teaser? Should I go into this Walmart? No, because I said I wasn't going to. I'm going to a Home Depot. Could go into a Home Depot. I might start doing that. If we really start getting people on these lives, I mean, I got one. If we really start getting people on the lives, I might actually start doing them. But I'm not going to go in these stores just for this. I mean, for you guys, I guess. I mean, I already know at these stores, you know, we could drive to these stores and go live and do all that stuff. But then what are you going to get out of that? Like there's two people on the line. Why? So what? For what? Then I got to like scan and look at my phone and then look at you and try to pay attention to what you guys are talking about while I'm scanning items in the store. I don't know. Doesn't sound fun. Doesn't sound fun at all. Let's see. Anything else before I hop off here? No. See, that person was there. Gone. I wish you could see. I should film this occurring, right? So like I should film what it's doing. There's one person on, they hop off, one person on, they hop off, one person on, they hop off. 2 people, 3 people, and then they hop off because nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about reselling. I'm not selling you anything. I'm talking about reselling items, products, things from Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Target, TJ Maxx, Staples, Ross, Marshalls, Ollie's. Everywhere that you go to buy things, you can buy items in clearance and resell them on Amazon, Walmart, and eBay. They've got Mercari, Poshmark. There's a ton of them. There's a ton of smaller platforms, right? But the big dogs are as follows: Amazon, Walmart, eBay, right? Those are the 3. Then maybe I would say, of course, Shopify, but that's like where you have your own store and your own website. I don't really consider that the same thing. Then you've got like Mercari and Poshmark. You decide who's better, right? You decide who's better in that. I don't know. Like I said, I bought a few things on Mercari, and so I've got a decent understanding now of how that kind of works. I kind of like it. It's interesting. I don't know much about selling on those platforms because I don't sell on those platforms. I only sell on Amazon, Walmart, and eBay, and in that order and in that volume. I've been pushing hard to get more product into Walmart. And I'm going to keep pushing and keep switching like we talked about before on a different live, possibly, is switching it up, kind of flipping it. I think some reseller talks, we were talking about the same thing, which is switching that up, making that so there's more of a 50-50, 40, 60, whatever the hell, 5% to eBay. eBay is just the promotion fees are expensive. Shipping is expensive. Almost everything's expensive with eBay. And you could charge for shipping. I don't know. I just don't have these goods from where I go to a garage sale and I buy stuff and I keep it for 2 years and then I sell this, bag full of pins, these bag full of buttons or whatever the fuck. I just can't get around it. I just can't do it. I just don't have that. I don't have that mindset. I like the nostalgia. I like the cool stuff. I think it's cool. I do like it. I do like the idea of it. I just can't, get my head wrapped around the holding on to these items for that long and, taking the time it takes to look these items up when they're not new. Anyway, so starting the truck is getting a little chilly. day was, I don't know what, 50 degrees maybe. It got cold. It hailed. It was kind of wild. So small little snowballs falling from the sky. What are we talking about? We are talking about never doing a live again. Go fuck yourself. All right. So, one person, did you stumble upon this live? Stumbled. Forrest Gumped your way into it. Anyway, reselling 101. Don't resell stuff you don't know. Stop bitching about stuff that you can't sell because you're gated, and I'm gated, and nobody cares about me because I'm gated in this product. How do I get ungated? And if I just get ungated, then I could do anything I want. Then I could do everything. But then it's just the next thing. What do you want to get ungated next for? The problem with that is, here's what I'll tell you the problem with that is about ungating. Let's talk 5 more minutes about ungating. Okay? Ungating, right? So you're ungated in something. Now what? Now you've actually have to find that thing that you found, right? You're ungated it to sell. How often do you think that's going to happen? I mean, it happens a lot when you're a full-time reseller, or you're doing, full-time RA, or OA sometimes. But what do you do when you can't find any more of those items, and then you wasted all this money to get ungated in a product you might have gotten auto ungated in anyway if you would just stuck around long enough? I don't know how it is now, but when I first started, you were gated in everything. You had to get ungated. Like, I had to get ungated in toys. Well, I got auto ungated in toys. Same thing with what else was it? Baby stuff. I scanned so much stuff and sold so much stuff, which is also another metric. But scanning matters, right? Scanning matters when you're first starting off. The amount of items that you scan at every product and every product category matters. And I know it matters. Because that's the way that you get auto ungated in things. And you get auto ungated in things also because you get ungated in this thing, then they link it to that other thing. You're ungated in these 2 items that are in the same category, and maybe they'll give you like not a high end brand, but then they'll give you another one, right? There's another way, which is also you can go onto YouTube, and I would start doing it as well, and just punch in ASINs, right? So you could get I'll give you a tidbit here. Here's the thing that I used to do. Just sit there and YouTube you can either do ASINs, right? ASIN lists on YouTube, or brand lists, like Amazon brand lists. But usually it's got to be like a UPC. Most of the time it's going to be an ASIN, right? If you're going on Amazon, because that's the one that we're talking about. If this is confusing to you, I'm sorry, you don't know what we're talking about. But anyway, you go on and you just go one by one on YouTube. You can get ASIN lists. There's YouTubers that'll do it, that do it already. They do it. That have these lists, and you can go on there, and the lists will you'll punch in the list on your phone, right? You're just sitting there on the couch or whatever, you punch in the ASIN on your phone, and the brand, they'll usually have the ASIN with a brand, and you can see which brand you want to be ungated in. I just kept going down the list, every single one. Why not? You want to get ungated. It doesn't matter if you're going to get auto ungated. It doesn't cost you any money. Get auto ungated in that item, because in the future, down the road, you want to be able to be ungated in that thing. You don't want to have to scan it. This is before they came out with transparency codes, right? And they still do those things. Each item is different, and each one you got to have 5 or 10 or whatever the fuck, 4 or 10, 5. It's more and more, and it's a pain in the ass. Who knows? I could tell you an easy way to do that as well. But there's not enough people on this live to give this information to. Anybody know how to do transparency codes? I do. It's very easy. Very, very, very easy. I did it for Snuggie. You know those Snuggie things? Those, full body, whatever. Get out of here. Uh, but yeah, I did it for those. So I do know how to do them. And it's a very, very simple process. It doesn't seem like it's simple because it took me a while to understand what because they don't really tell you how to do it. It's very, very easy. Very easy. Once you understand what they're actually asking for, it's like cryptic. It's weird. Anyway, ungating, more about ungating. Go on and on. This would be awesome if this was like an interaction. I didn't have to just drivel on about stuff that I care about or talk about or think about. So yeah, this will be fun. I appreciate the one person for still the single thumbs up, and I'm sure this video will get some likes and stuff like that. But I've been live for an hour plus, and 50 plus people have probably been in here. Not a single person is thumbs up, not a infinity, link, nothing. I got nothing over here. Nobody cares to ask questions, I guess. Yeah, too bad. Let me know in the comments of this live if you want me to go into stores, on the next live or the next live or the next live. If anybody's interested in doing that, or if everybody's done doing that bullshit, you could definitely find some stuff. I can go back to one of the Myers with the routers. That's the big ticket item, son. Big ticket items. We're talking $100+ profit. $100+ profit, and I guarantee they've got them. It's a drive. Could do a truck talk live while we're doing that. I keep calling it a truck talk. Reseller talk, man. Reseller talk. Reseller talk. Okay. People doing IRLs and stuff. Craziness. Remember that time Richie was a little bit sauced when he was going in his live? He talked about it, and then he did kind of an apology tour the next time he was like, I wasn't. I think he was. Allegedly. All right, y'all. We're going to do exactly 1 hour, 15 minutes. 1 hour and 15 minutes. Time is ticking. I'm going to answer one question from the one person that just popped in. Do you have a question about reselling, sir? Ma'am. Do you have a question about reselling? Nope. They disappeared. Reselling is what we do. It's what we're here for. No one cares. No one cares. Well, this was a little bit educational for me. I don't know how to. I'm pretty sure you guys get notified, waiting. I saw this waiting stuff, and I think that it is going to say that I was going to go live, and hopefully, maybe next time I'll put it up in the community. But like I said before, you guys don't pay attention to that stuff. We are gaining some traction back from our hiatus during the holidays, during Q4. Talked about that in the last live. But I think we got like 40 new subs just in this past quick time, past week plus. And that's kicking ass. I'm happy about that. I want to get to 500 so we can do a little bit more interaction. I don't really care to take your money, even though I guess the memberships do cost money. I don't know, put that towards like, I don't know, what do you even do with that stuff? Put it towards a giveaway or like some kind of something. Um, Also, these people have like buy coffees. You want to buy me a coffee? I might do that. That sounds fun. You can buy me a coffee. I'm new to this. I don't really know. I don't really know why everyone does these things for everyone. I mean, it's like a sense of community. I don't really get it. Really get it. Buy a stranger a coffee. I won't be a stranger if you'd stay on the live long enough. We could have discourse. Discord's a thing. Also, we have a Discord. Check in the description of this live to see our Discord, TikTok, Instagram, right? What else? Instagram, and sub to the channel, right? Sub to the channel. Doesn't cost you anything. It's free. All this shit's free. Sub to the channel. Learn something. Learn about reselling. It's exciting. It's fantastic. You learn about reselling, and you can make some money on this side hustle or full hustle, right? All right, guys, I think we're going to get off of here. And like I said, and like I've always said, I'll catch you guys in the editing. Bye!